Greetings and salutations! This is the NERF Demolisher 2-in-1. I'm never going to use that intro again. Anyway, before I get to the internals, I should point out that yes, there are two different colors of orange up here, and they are two different shells. Yay! A repainter's prayer come true. The only thing that's a little tricky is there is still two wires that are running from the battery tray to the trigger down there. But they do disconnect. You'll notice there's a little plug over here. You can just disconnect those two and have the shells separate from each other. It's wonderful. This shell disconnects from this side by way of 3 small screws over here that I took out from the inside of the shell. And the other one comes out. It's just a little more labor intensive because this is where all of your guts are. First up, the rocket launcher, because I know it's kind of, well, it's for everyone's review, it kind of seems like the thing that needs a little more oomph, and now we can see why it is so weak. I can literally jiggle the plunger head inside of this massive tube. Just increasing the seal on this should increase the power because you'll have more compression and it won't lose as much air when you go to thunk. The only thing that I'm worried about is when you go to prime it, this is going to be sucking air in because it's not really going to have anywhere else to pull air in. I guess it's got this little gap up here, but whatever. Someone, I'm sure, will figure that out smarter than I. You could easily, there's plenty of room in here to put in like Panther internals or something cool like that. A lot of modding potential for the rocket launcher should you choose to do that. Next up, just the general assembly up here. This big fella here is removable. This is its own piece, so repaint that so that way it's not puke orange. And then this guy separates the main barrel there. Wonderful. Your main motors are here. Duh, it's a flywheel system. This jam door has your usual lock on it over here with, there's a safety button there and a safety button here to sense the clip going in. This is easily removable. And also, this is a little interesting. I was expecting a spring to pop up underneath this tactical rail adapter guy, but you'll notice it's just one big piece of plastic. That's kind of interesting how they did that. I guess with the limited space that they had, they did what they could. Anyway, the rest of the blaster is your standard, what we've come to expect, at least in the last year or so, for flywheel setups with all these crazy mechanisms for locking out the trigger. You've got your accelerator trigger here that needs to come down. That lowers him. Then you've got the clip, which needs to release so that way it knows that there's something in there. And then you can actually do a trigger pull. Without that in there, or without the accelerator in, it won't budge at all unless you've modified it. But yeah, pretty standard stuff in here. Interesting to see the extra space that we have to work with. And it is nice that they've made things a little bit easier for at least painters to work with, which I think is nice. So have fun with these guys. Yay.